regarding feasibility of introducing English medium instruction in social sciences. First of all, this is the structure of my research. Introduction. English as a medium of instruction has long been a subjective debate in the Faculty of Social Sciences. It is extremely significant to link university education to employment due to the increase in unemployment and underemployment mainly seen among the graduates in the arts stream. At present in Gardihewa University, the social sciences disciplines are taught in English and Sinhala medium, while there is a constant demand from the job market that this should be conducted in only English medium. So these are my objectives. First, to explore the potential possibilities of implementing English as a medium of instruction in social sciences. Next, to draw sufficient attention of the administrators. So this is a literature review. Wong in his research 2010 has emphasized that there is strong preference among students in Hong Kong for sole English medium instruction, and Andy Kirkpatrick in his research done in 2014 has investigated several examples in the East and Southeast Asian universities which have already undergone such a conversion and now currently operating very successfully. Tirunavu in his research has emphasized that English medium education has led to uplift the self-esteem of people in Jaffna, and also Hewa in his research done in 2002 has investigated that the change of medium of instruction from the vernacular to English does not have a significant impact on the performance of students in university examinations. So this is my methodology. My research question is to examine students' attitudes and preferences regarding such a conversion, and the primary data was both quantitative and qualitative. The research tools were questionnaires and unstructured interviews. The data analysis techniques were descriptive data analysis and thematic analysis. The setting was in university classroom, that is in Gardihewa University of Sri Lanka. And my sample is 100 second-year undergraduates who are following the social sciences discipline in English and Sinhala medium. Here I use a random sampling method. In order to facilitate the data analyzing which is obtained from questionnaires and interviews, I divided this into 3 sections, and each section is divided into separate themes to ensure the thematic analysis. The first section is based on close-ended questions, and the themes were sector of hometown, medium, satisfaction of foundation courses, inclination to place an extra effort to learn English. Second section based on close-ended questions and interviews. The themes were GC A-level general English results, level of competence in English skills, rationale to follow Sinhala medium, and preference for sole English medium instruction. Third section based on open-ended questions and student suggestions, introduction of strong English modules, increase the number of hours for English courses, requirement of a longitudinal plan. Findings in section 1. Now if we pay our attention to figure 1, which displays the sector of hometown, here 68%, that is majority of the students are from rural areas, while 32% of the students are from the urban areas. So the fact that I came up with is, even though most of the students are from rural areas, yet actually most of them have followed some English course before entering the university. Next is figure 2, which displays a medium. Here majority of the students are currently following their degree course in English medium, while 35% of the students are following in the Sinhala medium. The reason why majority of students are following the degree course in English medium is because reason number 1, as I said before, most of the students have done some English course before entering the university, and also the major reason is that the students strongly believe that there is very high demand for the students from the job market if they somehow or the other do the course in English medium. Next is figure 3, which displays satisfaction of foundation courses. Actually here majority of the students, that is 69% of the students, are not satisfied of the foundation courses offered by this university. Figure 4 displays the inclination of extra effort to learn English. Here majority of the students, that is 82% of the students, are keen to put an extra effort in order to learn English, while 18% of the students are reluctant to do so. Next is findings in section 2. Here figure 5 displays the GCE A-level general English results. In my sample, majority of the students have at least passed. Actually, they have at least obtained an S pass for the general English paper, but out of my sample, 15 students have failed the examination. Therefore, this suggests that in my sample, there are weak students as well. Figure 6 displays the level of competence in English skills. Majority of the students are competent in English, while some of them are weak. Here, through the results, it is highlighted that most of the students have some sort of English knowledge in English, and also the university should pay more attention to improve. Actually, the university should provide special English language courses in order to improve the English language proficiency of the weak students. And also, if you closely observe the results, you can notice that most of the students, actually almost all of the students, are weak in their spoken skills. So when I talk to the students also, what I notice is that they have the theoretical knowledge in English, but actually they are reluctant to speak in English. So the university should pay more attention to offer special English language courses in order to develop the spoken skills of the students. Next is a preference for sole English medium instruction. Once again, majority of the students they prefer to do the degree course in sole English medium instruction. The major reason for this is that they strongly believe that if they do the degree course in English medium, it will help them to have a secure place in the job market. And also, since this field is highly competitive, especially this is the art stream, therefore they will be able to secure in the job market as well. Next is the rationale to follow single medium. Here I brought up this question for the students who are currently following in single medium. The reasons that they came up with is that actually they fear to do their course in English medium because they think that if they do it in English medium, it will lead to lower their grades, and also it will have an adverse impact on their GPA. Next, some students said that they were extremely weak in English, therefore they are unable to follow the degree course in English medium. And also another thing is that they brought out is actually it would be an additional burden for the students because in addition to learning of the subject matter, they should put an extra effort to learn English language. Therefore, it will cause an additional burden for them. These are the students' suggestions. That is first one is to introduce strong English module. So the thing that they came up with is that the university should provide more emphasis on providing English for academic purposes rather than providing English for general purposes. And also they suggested to increase the number of English language courses, which is 2 hours per week at the current moment. Requirement of a longitudinal plan, that is now if such implementation is going to take place, the relevant authorities should have pre-arrangements. For like example, making GCE A-level general English paper compulsory, or the student should obtain at least an S pass for them to be qualified to enter the university. And next is that before such a policy implementation is to take place, it should be pre-informed to the public so that the students can prepare themselves to do their degree program in English medium. So this is the discussion. Majority of students express their positive attitudes towards sole English medium instruction. Out of 100 students, nearly 80 of the students express their positive inclination towards this learning program. Competency in English is a positive indicator. A few students, that is 20%, hesitate to agree with the conversion due to the following reasons. Since they are weak in English and also fear that it would cause an adverse impact on their GPA, and they are not keen to place an extra effort to learn English. The findings suggest that the students ought to be more encouraged and motivated if such a conversion is going to be taken place. The study can be concluded that although some students came up with certain issues, most of them expressed their high interest and preference towards sole English medium instruction. So this is my conclusion. The findings of the study view as a preliminary step to acknowledge student attitudes and preferences towards sole English medium in social sciences, requires English for academic purposes rather than providing English for general purposes. The incentive for employing English medium instruction is to produce an effective and productive future labor force. So these are the directions for future research to identify the administrative reasons that hinder such transformation, whether this policy implementation would generate successful outcomes. So these are my references. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Nirmani. We have another joint presentation next, and Dilini will be our presenter.